Damon and Kotchman return to the drop for the first time since last year as the Rays and Indians begin a 4-game set. Rays baseball starts now on Sun Sports. Tonight at Tropicana Field, the Rays' longest homestand of the year, a 10-gamer continues. It begins a 4-game series with the second team in. The Rays playing host to the Cleveland Indians. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball. Dwayne Stats with Brian Anderson. Todd Callis along in just a few moments. Well, the Rays dropped 2 out of 3 to open this homestand. The Indians off a series against Toronto. They dropped 2 out of 3. Both these clubs in the middle of a wild card race, and the Rays are looking for more offense. Toward that end, they look to Ben Zobrist in the number 3 spot.
We've been talking about more offense for a long time now, but Ben Zobrist, you go back to June 8th, Ben Zobrist was hitting 200. Since then, he has been blisteringly hot. You see the numbers in the last 30 games, 358 average, also has 5 home runs to go along with that, 18 RBIs. The one thing that you like about Ben Zobrist's game in those last 30 games is he made a mechanical adjustment to his swing. And now you combine that with the fact that he's got a great eye at the plate. He's put himself into a lot of good hitters' counts, and with that long, level swing that he keeps in the strike zone for a long time, he has not missed too many mistakes. Hope to keep that going tonight.
It's been a battle for the Rays to stay as close as they have this year. Of course, that was the case last year. Turned out to be a pretty exciting finish. 2 of the guys who were part of all that, Johnny Damon and Kotchman, return to the Trop tonight. They're wearing Cleveland Indians uniforms. Todd will have more on that in a moment.
Out there in left field and batting in the number 9 spot. There you see Kotchman as well, the Seminole High School product. He'll be batting number 8 for the Cleveland Indians as we get ready for baseball on this Monday night. Both those guys back here for the first time since the 2011 postseason against the Texas Rangers. Both started a little slow this year at the beginning of the year for Cleveland. And you can see their numbers have not been as good as with the Rays in 2011. You heard from B.A. earlier about how Johnny Damon has picked it up. Casey Kotchman has moved that average up as the season has progressed as well. When we caught up with Johnny Damon before the game, he mentioned those memories of game 162 and the Evan Longoria home run and how much he really misses being here with the Rays.
What magic we were able to bring to St. Pete. And that home run just topped off maybe the best day in baseball history. And I miss not being here every day. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all, but this really felt like home. And playing in front of a bunch of your friends you grew up with, playing in front of a lot of Orlando fans who drove over to see me, who have been following me since, everyone likes to say since I was drafted, but they were actually following me since I was 13, and the name started being thrown out there, and possibly being a big leaguer at that age.
And part of the Johnny Damon legacy continues. The lighting of the lamp after Rays victories continues inside their clubhouse. He says he hopes that doesn't happen during this series. The Rays and the Cleveland Indians ready for the first of 4 in 3 minutes and 3 seconds. We'll have all the action for you right here coming up next.
Toyota dealer today for great deals on the amazing lineup of Toyota vehicles. Toyota moving forward. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. Tonight at Tropicana Field, the Rays open this series, the only appearance of the year here by the Cleveland Indians. A 4-game series. The Rays and the Indians divided 4 in Cleveland leading up to the All-Star break. Here's the lineup for Cleveland. Shin-Soo Choo is going to lead off in right field, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera. The number 3 hitter is their second baseman, Jason Kipnis, with Michael Brantley hitting cleanup, playing center field, and Jose Lopez at third. The designated hitter is Travis Hafner. Carlos Santana behind the plate. Casey Kotchman at first, and in left field batting ninth, Johnny Damon.
Well, look who decided to show for the Tampa Bay Rays, taking the mound tonight for the Rays. Right-hander Alex Cobb making his 10th start of the season. We have not seen him since July the 6th, obviously the All-Star break, and then the Rays setting up their rotation. And interesting, Alex made a little bit of an adjustment because it's obviously been 10 days since he's pitched. That Thursday, the last day of the All-Star break, threw a 3-innings live BP session here during the team workout in order to try and stay sharp. Being a finesse pitcher, wants to come out and be able to locate right off the bat tonight. Take a look at the defense as it lines up behind him in the outfield, left to right. Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Ben Zobrist. Across the infield, third to first, Jeff Keppinger, Elliot Johnson, Will Rhymes, Carlos Pena, Jose Molina will be behind the plate.
And Joe Madden, two-time manager of the year. Joe has the Rays in at 46-43, half game back in the wild card race. And across the diamond, that's Manny Acta, the manager of the Cleveland Indians. He's got a pact with the Indians through 2013, a multi-year deal important to him. Manny began his managing career at the age of 24 at Auburn and had for about 20 years one-year deals coming up through the minor leagues as a manager and coach, eventually the manager of the Washington Nationals, and now the manager here with the Cleveland Indians. Here's Sin Chu Chu, and the first pitch of this game presented by Pinch a Penny. The pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes.
That will be what to watch for tonight. Alex Cobb, how sharp will he be early?
There's a strike to Chu. Speaking of sharp, Chu has been that and more in the leadoff spot. He's hit in the number 1 spot in the Indians lineup more than any other hitter and has taken to it. The .294 average overall, and he's 10th in the league in on-base percentage. So he's a guy who can get on base and can give them some pop. He has 10 home runs and 27 doubles.
He will hit the ball all over the field.
2 balls and a strike.
And that's what he does. I mean, even in the count, behind in the count, he'll look to go the other way. Occasionally, when he gets the count in his favor, that's when he'll look to juice a baseball. 10 home runs come from. He does have some good pop.
There's a strike. Off speed, and the count is 2-2. Of course, we see the change a lot from Alex Cobb. Upstairs with a fastball. And the count is full.
Yeah, primarily fastball changeup. Will sprinkle in the curveball. Keeps it pretty simple.
Fly ball back into right center field. Zobrist and Upton, and that ball's going to be off the top of the wall and gone. That ball got out of here, hit over the yellow line on top of the wall, and bounced back out onto the playing field. And B.J. Upton is saying no. Upton is saying that that is not a home run, and the Rays will challenge this one.
Well, BJ would know. He's closer than anybody. Let's take a look. That is not a home run. Actually didn't even get to the yellow line. Hit the top padding there, right by the race tank. Well, you got to take a look at that. That's easily overturned.
Yep, absolutely. And so on the first hitter of this game, the umpires will get together. They have to review this. Saw Upton out there who was chasing it, Upton and Zobrist. And so that was not a home run, and the umpires will go back to take a look.
Shouldn't have to take
replay.
Yeah, not very long.
Take another look.
You'll see right where it hits. Right there. I mean, you could see it, not even to the yellow.
Yeah, that yellow line is still in play anyway.
Almost looked like it hit the yellow line, then off the padding, and then away from BJ.
And BJ doing a little umpiring himself out there, and he had the best view.
Yes, he did. Being objective.
Yeah, it's got to go over the yellow line.
Yeah, that yellow line at that point of the fence is actually painted onto that fourth pillar in the raise tank.
So right there is where it hit.
And painted right up against that wall right there, and that's right where it hit.
So Joe Madden, the behest of B.J. Upton, went out to challenge that, and the umpires are reviewing it right now. Here the other night, we started the game without the benefit of the replay, and it was reinstated a couple of innings into the game. And now they're gonna reset Chu. He'll come back out of the dugout. So he just missed a home run, but he did not hit a home run.
Pretty definitive. I mean, that was easy. How about the shot? How about the shot from our crew?
It's a great shot. I mean, they're right on top of it.
Right on top of it.
As usual, you come to expect that.
Yeah.
And that's what you get every time.
Top
Excellence.
notch. Top notch.
So it's a double for Chu. You know, this same umpiring crew had a deal going over the weekend with Terry Collins. And ejected Terry Collins on a similar situation. So here's Asdrubal Cabrera. And the pitch is a strike. Chu gets his 28th double of the year. Cabrera, switch hitting shortstop. An all-star, bounding ball to first. Chu's going to go to third. Cabrera's out. Pena unassisted at first.
Well, one thing that does do, that little chopper over to Pena allows Chu to move up to third. Now he's over there, just one out. The Rays infielders looking around. Are they going to play in? Right now it looks like it. And this is why you can do that. You bring the infield in here. You got a starting pitcher out there, Alex Cobb, that's sitting right at about 76% ground ball percentage. So you take your chance that he can get one here, and you can cut that runoff at the plate or keep Chu at third.
Well, they have Jason Kipnis up here. He's hitting over 370 with men in scoring position. The pitch is high. 272 overall. Settle into the number 3 spot in Manny Acta's lineup. And this time a fastball up. Kipnis ducking out of the way.
And that's what we'll look for with Alex Cobb. When he struggles mechanically, it's when he wants to start his body towards home plate before his arm has time to catch up. And when you do that, typically you will leave the ball high. And that's what we've seen the last few pitches from Alex. Stay over that rubber a little bit longer.
And a little ground ball to second, and Rhymes is there with the infield pulled in. And Chu must remain at third base. So Kipnis retired. That is a very big out, the way he has swung the bat in run-producing situations for Cleveland.
Well, you can do this with Alex Cobb on them because of the amount of ground balls that he gets. And in a 2-0 count, he comes with the changeup, and you get your rollover 2-hopper. Actually, with the infield in, it was just a 1-hopper.
Well, here's another tough out. Michael Brantley has been red hot. His average over 300.
He's 11 out of his last 15.
That's right, with 4 doubles and a home run in that stretch. And the pitch gets away. Molina tracks it to the backstop, and the throw to the plate is not in time. a breaking ball, and that allows Chu to score. That's a pass ball on Molina.
Wow. That was just a standard first pitch curveball here to a hot hitter from Alex Cobb that is just missed. I mean, this is right there, whiffed and 5-hole. That's a tough thing. You bring the infield in, you get the ground ball that you need, opportunity to get out of it, and then that happens.
And you know, when you look at the pitch itself, it's not a bad pitch.
No. Very close to being a called strike.
There's the strike. In fact, I think you could have called that pitch a strike. So the Rays make a mistake right here at the top of the first. Tap foul.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at this pitch. I think it's a strike.
It's a gift wrapped run. Good breaking ball right there.
That's a strike. Wow.
Or a run.
So the bases are empty, and Cleveland has a gift of a run. It's foul the other way. And that has been as much of a concern for Joe Madden. Injuries and lack of offense, and then shaky defense.
It's just been so consistent.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you keep, but because of what we've seen the last 3 or 4 years, you still have that belief that they're going to snap out of it defensively. I mean, they're going to get it together. But it just continues to show up night in and night out.
Here's the 2-2. Now a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you're not asking for spectacular defense now. Joe Madden is asking for just competent defense.
Right, and that's where the disappointment lies, because so many of the plays that we've seen not made are not on difficult plays. They're on the routine, the mundane.
Here's the 3-2. And a pitch very close. Missed for ball 4. Brantley is aboard.
Trying to come with that changeup in a full count. Brantley's not biting.
So Brantley is at first, and Jose Lopez, the third baseman, about to step in. There's a breaking ball, and it's in there for a called strike to Lopez. Chu opened with a double, originally ruled a home run, and then overturned on the replay. Hit the third on a ground ball, and then with 2 outs scored on a pass ball. Brantley eventually walked, and there's a shot down the left field line. That ball is going to be close. It's a foul ball. He had home run distance on it and fouled it just to the left of the left field foul pole.
Well, this ball got in on Jose Lopez just enough to where he could not keep it fair. Very fortunate. See that ball clearly hooking foul.
0-2 the count to Lopez. And a cut and a miss. He's out on strikes. Chase that one. 1 run. We go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Cleveland. On to the bottom of the first we go. And the Rays will again have Will Rhymes leading off tonight, followed by Carlos Pena and Ben Zobrist. B.J. Upton, Luke Scott in there as the DH, and Jeff Keppinger hits 6th. Desmond Jennings 7th, Jose Molina 8th, and Elliott Johnson, the shortstop, the number 9 hitter.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Cleveland Indians is going to be right-hander Zach McAllister, making his 8th start of the season. Of course, his last start was against the Rays. He took a no-hitter into the 5th inning, couple defensive miscues, was not able to pitch out of that, ended up allowing 4 unearned runs to cross that inning. Ended up going 5 2/3, 8 strikeouts. See his season numbers there.
So Rhymes steps in there against the tall right-hander. His first pitch, low and inside, a ball and no strikes. McAllister off to a good start when he pitched against the Rays up in Cleveland. Retired 13 of the first 14 men he faced. 1 to count.
I know that we were very impressed with him, the way that he was able to work the ball down in the zone. Good curve ball.
Pitch is fouled back, and it's 1-2. He's had a couple of pretty good seasons in the minor leagues since coming out of the New York Yankees system in a deal to the Indians. Rhymes fouls this one back, a fastball at 94. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McAllister runs the count full. 3-2. And draws the walk. So there's the start for the Rays.
Well, tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Rhymes aboard, and here's Carlos Pena. Carlos 13 home runs on the year, hitting .199. Step again against McAllister. McAllister misses on the first pitch into Carlos. Look at that Toyota trend. Carlos got off to a very good start this year for the first week and a half to 2 weeks. And stark contrast since then.
I mean, and thank goodness for those first 11 games. I mean, that's a 171 average.
Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Carlos had a hit off McAllister up in Cleveland. The start he made, he went 1 for 3 against him. In fact, it was his base hit in the 6th inning that started the 4-run inning. It's loose with a big cut on a fastball and misses. 1-2.
That's when the Indians had that shift pulled around on him, and he hit that slow chopper that Asdrubal Cabrera took a little bit too much time on. Carlos was hustling up the line and beat the underhand toss. They'd make an error on the next play, and then the floodgates open.
A ball, 2 strikes. Pena showing the bunt there. Takes the count 2-2.
Look at the Indians defense as it lines up in the outfield left to right. Johnny Damon, Michael Brantley, and Shin Soo Choo across the infield 3rd to 1st. Jose Lopez, Asdrubal Cabrera, Jason Kipnis, and Casey Kotchman. Carlos Santana will be behind the plate.
McAllister trying to settle in here, working to his 2nd hitter after walking Rhymes. 2-2 to Pena. And there's strike 3 call. He gets Pena looking.
Well, McAllister here, fastball right up that outside corner, and that is close enough. That's right there.
So after the walk, the strikeout, and here's Ben Zobrist. And at 256. For a little over a month, he has been hot from both sides of the plate. He takes the first pitch away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Torrid. He has really done a nice job. He made that adjustment working with Derek Shelton up in New York. It seemed like it was last week. It was over a month ago, and he has not slowed down at all.
Bounds it back, a fastball. It's 1-1 in the start. McAllister made in Cleveland. Zobrist drew a first-inning walk in that game, and he was the only base runner the Rays had through the first 4 innings of that game.
You know what he's done too,
month to month here.
Yeah, and that hot streak that started, 30 games ago or so.
Takes 1 low.
The other thing that you like about it, in those 30 games, he's walked 20 times. He's only struck out 12. You like to have that walk, number to be a little bit bigger than the strikeout, but almost doubling it up.
Rhymes off first, and the pitch takes that one inside.
He's had a very good strike zone discipline, and that has afforded him a lot of these types of counts. 2-1, now it's 3-1. This is where the pitcher comes out over the plate. Ben Zobrist has not missed too many in these situations.
This is where the hitter wants to be. Good hitters count. There goes Rhymes, and the pitch is fouled. 3-1 fastball, and Zobrist was ready to jump on that.
Yep, just pulled off it a hair. Like to have another shot at that pitch. You can see him trying to get that head out quick and really drive that ball to the right side just a little too quick.
3-2, runner on the move, and a shot down to first. Knocked down, Kotchman picks it up and steps on the bag. That ball was smoked by Zobrist, and Kotchman got his mitt in front of it to keep it in front of him.
Well, that's all you want to do. Full count, hit the ball hard. This one right at Kotchman. Be ready.
Two outs, and B.J. Upton will be up. Runner now in scoring position for Upton. He takes a pitch outside. B.J. involved in that replay on the ball hit by Chu to start this game. There have been 3 replays here at the Trop this year. B.J.'s been involved in 2 of them now. Picks one high, 2-0. He was signaling right away after he saw that ball Chu hit had been called a home run, and B.J. was waving it off. Well, he had a double turned into a home run on the replay here back at the end of May in that game against the Blue Jays. Up and in, 3 balls, no strikes. And he said then, he says, I knew that was a home run that struck the catwalk up there. He says, I know the rules of this place. 3-0 now. That's high for ball 4. B.J. walks on 4 pitches. So 2 men on with 2 men out, and that's going to get Luke Scott to the plate.
Well, Zach McAllister, he's another one of those guys. Hasn't started in 8 days. See the ball strike ratio, and then take a look at this.
All time. Active players here. And I'll tell you, he had a big hit in the game against McAllister up in Cleveland. Double in 2 runs in the 6th inning of that game. He takes the pitch outside, 1-0. Luke Scott hit a couple of home runs up in Cleveland. Hit one off Justin Masterson. Hit one the next day off with Baldo Jimenez. He's been remarkably positive through some difficult times in the first half. That long hitless stretch on the DL. Said before the game today, he said, I'm just ready to turn this thing completely around. There's a good chance. And he takes a strike. It's 1-1. The look of his home run production in Cleveland. And the one on Masterson, very big because it snapped an 0 for 41. And he lays off this pitch upstairs. Fastball high out of the zone.
Well, McAllister not yet able to find it. He's missing up. He's missing down. To take advantage of these base runners. This count here 2-1.
And a ground ball. There's a shot to right. Kipnis, though, positioned in short right field. Well, Upton had to skip rope to get out of the way of that one, and as it went through, Kipnis was there out of the shift to make the play. 1-0 Cleveland.
Tonight's game is available in Espanol via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Travis Hafner is going to open the 2nd inning. Hafner followed by Santana and then Kotchman. Cleveland with a run in the 1st. The double by Chu, and eventually the pass ball charged to Molina, his 5th of the year. So here's Hafner. Pitch is a ball. The Rays have the shift on for Hafner. Rhymes in short right field. Keppinger on the first base side of second, moving over from his third base spot. Two and 0. And now Elliott Johnson scoots to his left a bit. There's a strike. 2 and 1. His pitchers over 20 pitches in the first inning. Cobb is behind Hafner, 3 and 1.
Both of these pitchers showing signs of the layoff. No matter what you do, and Alex Cobb, we talked about him throwing the live BP, 30 pitches or so worth. And still, it does not simulate a real game. And when you go 10 days in between starts, that's tough.
And there is ball 4. He walks Hafner. The All-Star break is great because it gives you a few days to catch your breath in the middle of what is always a long season. But I think especially for starting pitchers and guys out of the bullpen. You know, the bullpen guys thrive on work almost every day. And you take 4 days off and then go out and try to pitch. It's different. You feel different.
Listen, I remember you would have a day off. You know, Monday off day. You come in on Tuesday and play catch, and you're like, my gosh.
Yep.
Feels like I've been, now you multiply that by 4. It'd be real difficult.
Carlos Santana takes a strike, and in the case of Cobb, he worked on the 6th. Here we are, the 16th.
And he's a finesse guy. He's a touch and feel guy. He's a location guy. That's who's going to be affected the most.
Yeah, that's what the pitchers said when they went to a 5-man rotation instead of 4. Guys didn't like that idea. They were used to pitching in a 4-man rotation. An 0-1 count to Santana. So down Earl Weaver, the manager all those years of the Orioles, said he loved the 4-man rotation, didn't like the 5-man. He said he had a difficult enough time finding 4 good starting pitchers. Where's he going to find 5?
Right.
So a lot of those guys in those 4-man rotations love that. 1-1 the count. And a cut by Santana on the fastball. He fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Rays at 46 and 43, along with Detroit and Oakland now. Oakland right in the middle of the wild card race. So those 3 teams starting today a half game back of Baltimore for the second wild card position. 2-2 the count on Carlos Santana. The Indians 1 back at 45 and 43. Towards second. Throw to first out there. Now the tag play is going to be on at second. They get him there. The Rays get Hafner on the backside of the double play. Elliott Johnson had to put the tag on him. Cobb had to duck the barrel into the bat as it split in half and headed toward the Rays pitcher. And Santana grounds into an unusual double play.
Well, Travis Hafner did the right thing holding up here. However, once he forces a throw, now he's got to pick it back up. Not running all that well, trying to get that left hand in there. Didn't happen.
So nice job to get the double play on that chopping ground ball to Rhymes. decided to go to Pena, and Pena's throw to Johnson completed that 4-3-6 double play. 1-0 the count now to Casey Kotchman.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Casey, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. Well traveled, 16 for Casey. In fact, his 5th team in the last 4 seasons. Of course, that great glove down there at first.
Pops it up, foul. Keppinger near the stands, going to have a play, and that retires the side. A walk, a double play, and the pop foul. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 Cleveland. Keppinger about to step in to lead off against the right-hander Zach McAllister. Keppinger starts the night hitting .312. The first pitch to him is upstairs. It's a little bit wide. 2-0. Rays coming off the 7-3 loss to the Red Sox. Cleveland coming off a 3-0 loss to Toronto. It's a foul ball. One hop beyond the bullpen and back into the 162 landing area. 2-1.
If McAllister continues to work behind an account, he's going to see that more and more. He's one of those pitchers that becomes predictable when he's behind a lot of fastballs.
Well, he misses right there to go 3-1. He faced 5 hitters in the first and had 3 3-ball counts, a couple of full counts. Now he's 3-1 to Keppinger, and he loses him. 3rd walk already given up by McAllister. So Keppinger's aboard with Jennings headed to the plate. We'll head to Todd Callis.
Dwayne, a night of homecomings at Boston's Fenway Park tonight. Jacoby Ellsbury with his first home game since April 13th when he got injured against the Rays. It's also the first game of the year for Carl Crawford, and Kevin Youkilis returns as a member of the Chicago White Sox.
Kevin Youkilis.
Desmond Jennings bunting up the first base side, and that moves Keppinger up to second base. So Keppinger's in scoring position on the sacrifice. Well, there's more to that story from Fenway, and let's go back for part 2 to Todd Callis.
All right, Dwayne, it was a base hit for Youkilis in his first at bat back in Boston. He would go around to third base on a ground out and then score on a throwing error by Adrian Gonzalez. Carl Crawford also batting second for the Red Sox, his first game of the year. He would have a base hit and he would score a run. So it's 1-1 in that Boston game against the White Sox, and both runs scored by Youkilis and Crawford, guys.
Well, here the Rays have Keppinger in scoring position for Jose Molina. The pitch Fastball sails up and in to Molina. So an opportunity for Molina to get back even after that pass ball in the first inning that allowed the Cleveland run to score. He's up here with a chance to drive in a run.
It's like hockey, plus minus.
He's trying to get even right now.
-1.
It takes the pitch for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, Crawford back active with the Red Sox. You know, he'd had all kinds of issues to get back. 1-1 now the count to Molina. It's high, 2-1. Carl is starting his season after wrist surgery at a strained elbow ligament and then a minor groin injury that slowed his progress. And with Molina running a 2-1 count, Manny Acta, the manager, pays a visit to McAllister.
Yeah, this is strange. Usually, especially early in a ball game, anytime in a ball game, you're going to send your pitching coach, in this case Scott Radinsky, but no. Manny Acta's got some words for Zach McAllister. And what we've seen here is not only a pitcher out there who's struggling with the command, but he's missing badly, especially on the fastball. That typically, for most pitchers, that's your #1 pitch as far as location goes, and his has been way off. Manny Acta with a little direction.
Yeah, the Rays saw him when he had much better command up in Cleveland. 2-1 now to Molina. Pitch is foul right back. Fastball.
Usually when a manager comes to the mound, it's a lot less to do with mechanics and a lot more to do with the focus. Like, you know what? Let's get after these guys. I'm not going to tell you anything about your drifting, this, that, and the other, where your hands are. Start attacking these hitters. Start attacking them right now.
2-2. Molina fouls it back. Another fastball. A couple fastballs after the visit. And that coincides with the manager's trip out there as well.
Yeah, and did you notice they haven't, he's not tried to locate. He has just reared back and let him fly. He's probably telling him, don't be so fine out there.
2-2. And, strike 3 call. A little bend in that one. A breaking ball, and Molina caught looking.
That was a good pitch by McAllister. That ball was right down by the bottom of the zone. Definitely caught the plate. That was a good pitch.
Two outs now with a runner at second. There's Elliott Johnson. Elliott at 272 overall average and 329 left-handed. Santana calling for time, and he wants to talk with McAllister. Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. They're home against the Blue Jays. Russell Martin hitting his 9th home run. Here's Manny Acta out of the Dominican Republic, signed as a 17-year-old infielder with the Houston Astros. Played in their system, and then at the young age of 24 started his managing career. Pitch is a strike to Johnson.
Manny Acta, for the time being, has locked McAllister right in. I'm surprised when the manager's standing out there on the mound with yet not taking the ball from him.
Pitch is down. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shoots it into left. Damon going back. Still back. He's at the track and makes the catch to retire the side. Elliott Johnson tried to get it over Damon's head, who caught it on the warning track. We're through 2. 1-0 Cleveland.
prefer that they don't do well for 4 days and then just kill it right after that. They're great guys. They're a big part of what we did last year. Wonderful professionals, great teammates, good family guys. Really, really absolutely enjoy them. But again, I wish them well on Friday. I think it's Friday.
Yeah, he's got that right. It's a 4-game series, so get hot Friday. Have a great weekend, guys. And here is Johnny Damon to start the third. Damon signed in the middle of April by the Indians and was added to their roster to start the month of May. And he takes the pitch outside, 1-0.
And you can understand then why the slow start by Johnny Damon. No spring training, a kind of a rushed, put together few weeks of minor league baseball.
2-0.
Got off to that slow start for the Indians, but the last few weeks, last month, things have started to heat up for Johnny. Average over 300 in that span.
And he takes a strike, 2-1. Of course, Johnny's been around long enough, and we've, during our stay in Cleveland, saw an endless number of lists that he continues to climb in this game.
And I have a feeling we haven't seen them all.
No, and you know, some of those are more meaningful than others. But you do start, and he's been around long enough as he's in pursuit of 3,000 hits. There's a line drive, and that's going to be fair up the right side beyond the Rays bullpen. And Damon is on his way to second with a stand-up double to open the third inning. So Cobb has given up a couple hits. They've both been doubles. But you know, when you think about the pursuit of these numbers, career numbers by Damon, he's just 10 runs short of tying Mickey Mantle on the all-time runs scored list. And a list like that's something pretty important. And look at where he is on the active hit leaders. Now 4th. Jeter with 3,203. But 4th on the overall active list. Hitters pursuing 3,000. Pitch to Chu is too low. 1 ball, no strikes. Chu shoots it back into left field. Jennings going to go to the track. He'll have to play it off the bottom of the wall. Damon's going to score. Chu's in at second with a double, and it's 2-0 Cleveland.
Well, we said at the outset, Chu will look to juice the ball from time to time, and he will hit the ball all over the field. And this one he takes to straightaway left, almost up the line. With surprising carry here. This ball's down, kind of squirts off the bat. See that tremendous lift, though, that high finish, and that's where he gets the carry from, right to the base of the wall, and played another run.
Yeah, he could hit the ball hard the other way, and he still gets that ball with a slice off the left-handed bat back toward the corner, carrying away from the left fielder. Cabrera takes a pitch low. As Drupal Cabrera.
You know, usually when you hit a ball like that that's down, you get that kind of loft, and it's a true slice, that ball will hang up there. But his swing is compact enough and strong enough that he can drive through that baseball and still get it out there with good carry. Very impressive.
Foul ball. Count is 1-1.
As Drupal Cabrera, first and foremost, is going to try to drive Chu in, but at the very minimum wants to hit the ball to the right side like he did in his last at-bat. Move Chu over to third base.
Cabrera right now is 1 out of his last 21. The Rays are hoping they can continue that trend and let him get hot this weekend.
Asking for an awful lot of guys to hold off until Friday.
Right. That's right. Well, normally speaking, Rays pitching has been so good that they've done that to a lot of lineups.
Yeah, absolutely.
One right now. The count to Cabrera. Fastball in and up a bit. It's 2-1. neither Cobb nor McAllister really on top of the command game yet tonight. They've been behind a lot of these hitters. That's going to catch the corner, and the count is 2-2.
Nice adjustment there made by Alex Cobb after missing up and in. He comes right back. That same idea of a pitch, much better location, gets the strike.
Now the count is full. Run on the first by Cleveland. Another run in the third inning. They have a man at second. Nobody out. A 3-2 count on Asdrubal Cabrera. Jason Kipnis will be next. Well, let's take a look at tonight's text poll question brought to you by Auto Way. What should the Rays do with the July 31st trade deadline coming? TB1, should they be buyers? TB2, sellers? Or TB3, should they stand pat? Text 789-789 to submit your vote. Standard message and data rates apply. That's our text poll. 3-2 the count to Cabrera. And he is out on strikes. Second strikeout for Alex Cobb. A little harder changeup right there. This is what we were talking about a moment ago. The wild card race is exactly that. Wild for that spot. Baltimore has that second spot right now, but the Rays, the Tigers, and the A's all a half game back. 7 teams within a game and a half.
Baseball designed that perfectly. I mean, think about how many extra markets are in it.
Yep.
Attendance should be good. Exciting baseball. Constant movement. I mean, from one day to the next, you could go up 3 spots, down 3 spots. It's going to make for an exciting last couple of months. That is for sure.
1-0 the count to Kipnis. There goes a man trying to steal third. The throw is not in time. Chu, with a good jump, steals his 10th base, and that continues to be an issue with Alex Cobb.
Well, yeah, and most of the time it's from first to second. In this case, Alex Cobb never stopped Shin-Soo Choo, and he was able to time him up. Look at this jump. He gets a full head of steam going before Alex even starts to head towards home plate. That right there is just getting a good feel for the pitcher's rhythm and timing to home plate and just going, knowing he's not going to look back at you.
Base runners 9 out of 10 stealing with Alex Cobb on the mound this year. It's a strike to Kipnis.
And that hurts defensively because Cabrera, he wants to hit a ball to the right side to move him over at the very minimum. You strike him out. Okay, now you take that ground ball to the right side.
Now the infield is in. The runner is still in third. The count goes to 3-1 on a high fastball. So Cobb still having trouble getting the ball down.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen this from both of these pitchers, just trying to find it, continue to work.
3-1, and he lifts it back into right center field. Upton going back. He'll play it one hop off the wall. Chu scores. Kipnis on his way to second with a double, and the Indians make it a 3-0 game. Well, a 3-1 pitch, and that changeup was up.
Yeah, that changeup was just left out over the plate, and Kipnis was not fooled. He was able to stay back on this pitch, recognize it, a little bit off the end of the bat. That's the only thing that kept that ball in the park. Drives home another run.
So 4 hits for the Indians, all 4 doubles, and they have 3 runs. 2 in this inning with Kipnis now at second, 1 out, and Michael Brantley, who walked his first time. Brantley takes a fastball out of the zone. 1-0. Brantley with a 13-game hitting streak, 23 out of 50 for the life of that streak. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0.
And you can painfully see Alex Cobb trying to find a consistent release point that'll work. One pitch, his body's drifting, arm can't catch up. Then he tries to stay behind it and spikes the ball a little bit too low. This is a tough thing to go through when you're out on that mound all by yourself.
2 balls, no strikes. You can see the concern on Jim Hickey's face. Pitch inside.
And now you're trying to just find any pitch that you can throw in there for a strike. You know, the fastball was up, the changeup, he missed down, then he tries the curveball and kind of yanked that pitch in.
Yeah, how unlike Alex Cobb is this inning? 5th hitter, 4 3-ball counts on 5 hitters. Three 3-0 the count to Brantley. Step back again. He wants to talk it over with Molina. You know, the Indians on that prior pitch trying to get a balk call, and they might have had a point.
Yeah, I think they did. Alex Cobb, it looked like his hands, as he was set, like his hands started to move before he stepped off, started and stopped. You can hear him yelling, watch his hands, watch the glove. Right there, you had to see how that ball, they dipped below home plate.
Well, that's so often, and you know this better than any of us, indecision leads to mistakes like that. There's a strike.
Well, you'll remember, he was in his last start against the Indians. As Drupal Cabrera on third, he's going out of the windup. He starts his windup. Cabrera took that hard false start towards home plate, and he literally stopped his windup, turned and tried to pick him off, and was charged with a balk in that situation. So we've seen it.
That's a strike, and the count goes full to Brantley. He went 3-1 to Damon, who doubled. Then after Chu doubled on a 1-0 pitch, 3-2 to Cabrera, got him swinging at a change to strike him out. Then 3-1 to Kipnis, who doubled. Now 3-2 to Brantley. And a foul ball at the hitter's feet. Indians scored in the first, and they have 2 more runs in the third. Robinson Cano with an RBI double has made it 2-0 over Toronto. Blue Jays ahead in the top of the 4th in New York. It's fouled back. See another 3-2 pitch. In the bottom of the 4th in Detroit, the Angels and the Tigers are tied 1-1. Tigers have moved ahead of Cleveland in the Central. White Sox leading by 3.5 over Detroit, 4 on third place Cleveland. The Rays running third in the East. New York up by 8 on the Orioles and 8.5 on the Rays. And there's ball 4. It continues to be a struggle here for Alex Cobb.
You know, and here comes Jim Hickey coming to the mound. But if you look at that last fastball by Alex Cobb, watch his finish. You know, you want to get a pitcher that finishes, comes through, releases the baseball with a strong finish towards home plate. He kind of finishes standing up and spinning off, and this ball is up. But watch the finish by Alex after he releases it. Okay, standing straight up, a spin. That is not the kind of finish that you want to see. Finish standing straight up like that. That will lead. Same thing. Body gets started early. Ball stays up. There's no finish. You're not out in front. And another visit.
Well, Cobb has faced 13 hitters. He has only 3 first pitch strikes and no first pitch strikes in the last 6 men he's faced. So this situation has gotten deeper and deeper for him.
Yeah, and that is just an impossible way to pitch. Continually falling behind. And it's just been, it has not had a consistent release point. You know, you'll see him make the adjustment and really throw a nice pitch to a good location, and then it immediately deserts him again.
You see 59 pitches into this outing, 29 strikes and 30 non-strikes this deep end. Here's Lopez. Jose Lopez. The first pitch misses to him. So again, he falls behind on the first pitch. Tap, going to be a foul ball off his foot. It's 1-1. Jose Lopez struck out in the first inning when Cobb got ahead of him 0-2 and then got him to chase a high fastball. Line drive going to be grabbed by Keppinger. Throw back to second. They get the double play. Keppinger turns the hot shot line drive off the bat of Jose Lopez into 2 with a quick throw back to second to double up Kipnis. So the Rays going to break there on that shot. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Cleveland.
In the bottom of the third. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We've got all our tweets coming your way from @SunSportsRays. And Joe Madden, who you just saw there, took to Twitter to talk about his summer social. It was a big success and, of course, benefits the Rays Foundation. He got to interact with fans. Players were also there as well. And he was very appreciative of all the people that helped out. Dwayne and B.A., I think I saw you guys there. Were you there? I thought so.
There? We were, I mean, the tandem, traveling roadshow.
It was fun.
It was fun.
We saw a lot of great folks, and we appreciate spending time with them. It was a great evening, actually. Great interaction. 1-1 to count to Will Rhymes. And all for a good cause. Rhymes fouls this one out of play. So the count is 1-2. Yeah, that little guy knew more about the game than both of us put together.
Yeah, well, and that's why he was getting talking to right there to show us up.
This one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, there are people from all over the state, but you know how we have Rays followers of our telecast from Europe. Got a couple, and a young lady from England turned into a Rays fan. She was there. And a native from St. Petersburg, but had gone to San Antonio for a long time and back to St. Pete. Rays fan. Foul ball out of play by Rhymes.
There was some Rays fans that were 4-hour drive away.
Yeah, from Jacksonville.
For that, yeah.
Had a nice chat with them. It's all over the place here.
Magnets.
Two and two the count, and Rhymes bounces one foul. It's interesting. We had a lot of conversation there, met a lot of great people, as we did last year. It was really fun for us. And you talk a lot of baseball, but they also like the development of the season as it goes day to day, as we do. It's a great, fun experience. There's a shot toward the gap a bit, right center field. Brantley on the run, though, and he's going to be there to make the catch. So Rhymes is out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. So we'd just like to say thanks to all those folks who were there last night, who tune us in every night. They've turned out to be a big part of, they tell us we're a big part of their lives, and they are a big part of our lives, no question about that. And from our hearts, we certainly appreciate the loyalty and the idea that you're going to tune in and be with us.
Yes, we do.
That pretty much summarizes it. Here's Carlos Pena now. Carlos called out on strikes his first time. This pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. One and one. Two strikeouts from McAllister. His first was Pena in the first. Carlos fouls it back. He's behind 1-2.
Well, kids, be sure to visit your local library and pick up a Reading with the Rays game card. You can earn cool Rays prizes for reading around the bases this summer. Reading with the Rays is supported by the Rays Baseball Foundation, Advanica Benefits, and the Tampa Bay Times newspaper in education.
One and two. Here's the pitch to Pena, and he's called out on strikes. Got him with a curveball for the second straight time. Just a replay of the first at bat in the first when McAllister threw him that pitch.
Yeah, this is just a pitch. Obviously, Carlos looking for something else because this hangs right out over the plate. Wasn't a very good one either. Elevated. And nothing bad can happen if you don't swing.
So 2 outs. Ben Zobrist. Pitch is down. 3 strikeouts from McAllister, all 3 called third strikes. Ben takes the fastball. 1-1. That's a strike around the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One hopper to second. Picked up by Kipnis and the toss to first. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays. We are through 3. 3-0 Cleveland. Tropicana Field tonight. Here is the AT&T trivia question coming our way. Name the first baseman who holds the major league record for the most consecutive putouts without an error. That's our AT&T trivia question tonight. Travis Hafner, the DH for Cleveland, leads it off, followed by Carlos Santana and then Casey Kotchman. Hafner walked his first time. Up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Cobb now 0 for his last 8 in attempts to get ahead of hitters. It's down 2-0. So it has been a battle tonight for Alex Cobb with his command. Continues to be that way a couple of pitches into the 4th. There's a strike. 2-1.
Well, the one thing that we've seen here in the first 3 pitches, and actually, ironically enough, we've seen all 3 of his pitches that he features, is he's trying to be more aggressive, trying to throw that fastball hard, that breaking ball, even though it was out of his own head, sharp break. A good finish on that changeup right there.
A foul ball back on the fastball. 2-2. Well, that was pretty much the message that you figure McAllister got from Manny Acton. Both these pitchers starting this game command issues.
Well, at some point you get sick and tired of worrying about your mechanics and you say, you know what, I'm going to look at the catcher's glove and I'm going to fire the ball there with everything I got.
Foul ball back, another fastball.
Maybe it'll click into place instead of thinking, okay, where are my hands? Am I staying here? Am I doing that? No, you know what? Pick out the glove.
Yeah.
Get the pitch.
Sure.
And just fire it there.
It's like hitting Yogi Berra, and you can't hit and think at the same time.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, truly, the dumber that you're able to be playing the game, you dumb it down, you're liable to have success.
Now we have a full count.
It's not a game to overthink.
Alex Cobb does, though. He'll battle right through it.
Sure.
We saw that out in Kansas City. We've seen that before in more successful outings he's had. And he misses inside with a fastball and gives up his 4th walk tonight. This one leads off the inning.
That's all you got to say. I mean, 9 starts coming into tonight's ball game. Alex had made 9 starts this year and 16 walks. Right now, already 4
in 3+ innings.
Well, the one thing here, though, you still have that opportunity because of the amount of ground balls that he gets to get that double play.
Carlos Santana, and there's a first pitch strike. They've gone 8 straight hitters without getting out in front. The chopper, first base side, that's going to kick foul.
And I mean, barely kick foul. That ball was hit actually in fair territory. Carlos Santana had not left the box.
Two-strike count. He hit into the 4-3-6 double play. A broken background ball in the 2nd.
You got to remember here with Santana, he does not have a 2-strike approach. He is big swing all the time. So you can try to entice him here 0-2, get him to chase out of the zone.
Time again from Mark Wegner, the plate umpire. ball and 2 strikes. Johnson, who had him shaded toward the middle. After stops at second, Santana has his first hit.
Well, you open up that whole left side, you see Alex Cobb. You see where, right here, Elliott Johnson. Here comes the pitch. Carlos Santana. I mean, that is right to typical shortstop position. Not this time.
Now it's Casey Kotchman. First and second with nobody out. Pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a strike at the knees. And it's 1-1. In the mid-70s here, 2 hitters into the 4th inning. And Kotchman starts to go but lays off, and it's 2-1. After second, Santana first. Cut the miss. Change up. So it's a 2-2 count. Kotchman starting the series at 238. He's been swinging the bat pretty well the last couple of weeks, hitting over 300. The count is full. See Kotchman last year with the Rays hitting .306. That walk-off home run there against Kansas City reached double figures in the home run department.
He's got 9 this year. Casey Kotchman, it made him so dangerous last year, hitting the ball all over the field. 2 strikes, put the ball in play. Great defense down at first.
Full count. Kotchman getting time granted by Mark Wegner. Nobody out in the inning. Start to little action in the Rays bullpen. J.P. Howell begin to loosen. And there is ball 4 inside. The 5th walk given up by Cobb, and the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the 4th.
Kickstart your weekend at Friday Fest, presented by Captain Morgan. Friday, July the 20th, the first 10,000 fans will receive a James Shields t-shirt presented by the Tampa Bay Times, custom designed by James himself.
Well, here's Johnny Damon with the bases loaded, and the first pitch to him is a change-up down, 1 ball and no strikes. He's had, see Damon throughout his career with the bases loaded. A lot of success, 376. And there's ball 2. You know, you only have to look, as Jim Hickey is going to make a trip to the mound, how difficult a night it has been for Alex Cobb. He's thrown more non-strikes than strikes. 81 pitches, 42 pitches out of the strike zone, 39 strikes. And he is one of his last 11 hitters in first pitch strikes. That's just completely unlike him.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. All of those guys standing up there on the mound, and Alex Cobb is still the loneliest man in this building. That's a horrible feeling to go through what he's going through right now. And I guarantee you, pull him aside after that and say what was said on the mound right there, he has no idea.
I mean, this is just completely foreign to him. So the bases are loaded with Damon. And he has fallen behind Damon 2-0. After third, Santana second, Kotchman at first. And ball 3, he was plenty wide with that pitch. Takes a strike. 3-1. And that's a strike. Damon trying to coax the walk. Pitch bumped the zone. Full count.
Here it is. Very, very close. Gets the call. Turn around and hopefully do something positive with it here.
3-2 and a high fly ball down the right side. Foul. Some considerable distance on it, but foul. Damon turning the bat loose on that fastball. Another 3-2 pitch. Damon swings and he misses. He's out on strikes. That's the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 3 for Alex Cobb.
Boy, nice comeback here. 90-mile-an-hour fastball right on the outside part of the plate. Gets it right by the swing of Johnny Damon.
Well, Joe Madden comes out of the Rays dugout. It has been a tough evening for Alex Cobb, and he will depart. Southern Ford dealers, by Checkers, Feast On, and by Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. Difficult evening for Alex Cobb tonight. He's gone after 3 1/3. To this point, has been charged with 3 runs, responsible for 3 on as he departs. 86 pitches for Alex. He had a difficult time finding the strike zone.
Yeah, tough night for Alex, fighting himself all night long, just not able to find that consistent release point. Hopefully this guy right here, J.P. Howell, coming in relief for the 34th time, can pick him up here and somehow keep this at just a 3-run deficit.
He faces Chu, who is 2 for 2, couple of doubles. And a little pop-up that is caught at shortstop by Johnson. And Chu is out number 2.
I'll tell you what, the Rays have an opportunity here. The Indians have had plenty of opportunities themselves, have not been able to cash in like they could and should have. And if JP can somehow now with 2 outs wiggle out of this 3-run deficit with basically most of the game to go, a good chance.
So here is Cabrera. It certainly seems as if the score should be more,
no doubt,
than 3-0. And if Howell could get Cabrera, well, this is a big, at least potentially a big stop.
For sure, because if Cabrera's able to dribble one in, you're looking at least 5-0 now. But boy, you keep it at 3, and that is nothing.
I mean, this could be the big moment in the game right here in the 4th inning. Cabrera's grounded out and struck out. Pitch is up and away, taken for a ball.
It's precisely the reason why Joe went to J.P. Howell after Alex Cobb struck out Johnny Damon. I mean, when that Johnny Damon at-bat started, J.P. wasn't ready to come in, so Joe had to let him face Damon. He ends up striking him out, and Joe still was like, that's enough. That's enough. I'm bringing relief in. Struggling too badly.
That's a strike on the outside edge. Count is 1-1. Take a look at this pitch from JP.
Late movement. Perfect.
Cut and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that wasn't even the good one. JP hung that curveball right out over the plate. Cabrera mired in a terrible slump here. Just misses it. This pitch ends up middle. Still swings through it. Good luck if he throws the good one.
Well, he's got the bad one out of the way.
That's right. So. That's exactly right.
1-2 the count. Molina's going to head to the mound. JP meets him halfway.
Is it me or across baseball more middle of the count meetings between the catcher and the pitcher, either on the mound or halfway, than I've ever seen before?
Yeah, and I know you and most pitchers don't really like that idea.
No, not really. Not in the middle of the count.
Yep.
Nope. Pitching coach or catcher.
So it's a 1-2 count. Now the pitch on its way. And he got it. Cabrera could not check. He went around on the curveball, and a good one that time. And that's a big stop for the Rays and J.P. Howell. The Indians do not score. They had the bases loaded. Nobody out. They leave them loaded. the inning, and the Indians missed a big opportunity, leaving the bases loaded.
Bases loaded, nobody out, and a 3-1 count on Johnny Damon. Alex Cobb comes back to get him. First pitch swinging there, a weak little pop-up. JP with a good curveball. Cabrera cannot hold up. Rays get out of it.
Well, here is B.J. Upton. Let's see if the Rays can take advantage of that. They're facing Zach McAllister, who has not been as sharp tonight as he was when he pitched against the Rays up in Cleveland. He misses with a breaking ball to start the count with Upton. And there's ball 2. I think in Cleveland, he was a little more over the top, kind of top to bottom and sharper with the breaking stuff than he has been tonight.
Yeah, and the only other thing is that was at a different angle.
Yeah.
You know, here at the Tropicana Field, you're directly behind the mound. Cleveland, you're cocked a little bit to the side, but yeah, that breaking ball seemed to be bigger, sharper up north.
Now it's 3-1.
JP Haldane is Leo Mazzoni.
There's a line drive and a base hit into left. Upton picks up the first hit for the Rays. It opens the home half of the 4th.
Now, last time off McAllister, the Rays waited till the 5th. Get it out an inning early. This ball coming in off the label of BJ, but he's strong enough to line that out into left field. Get the Rays started off right here.
Well, now Luke Scott, the Rays left a couple men on in the first inning when Scott hit the ball hard through the right side, but Kipnis was stationed in shallow right at that time and made the play. This pitch is outside, 1-0. I tell you, the Rays could really get the Indians to thinking here after holding the Indians to no runs in that bases loaded situation at the top of the inning. A run or two here makes it a completely different game. And the pitch away, a fastball, 2-0. McAllister behind Luke Scott.
Well, this is what happened last time McAllister was on the mound against the Rays. He had a 5-0 lead and a couple of defensive misplays. Rays were able to plate 4 runs. That completely changed the dynamics of that game. And of course, that was the ball game that later on scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th off Chris Perez, and they walked away with a win right before the break.
Two 2-0 now to Scott. Fouls it.
Maybe let him off the hook there. That looked like had an opportunity to be ball 3.
Scott lines this one into right. That's a base hit. Upton's going to go to third. First and third with nobody out for the Rays in the bottom of the 4th. Luke lines a fastball into right. Well, here come the Rays.
There you go. First and third. This ball down and out over the plate. Luke Scott, good plate coverage there. Able to go out and get that pitch, line it out into right field with some authority. Runners on the corners with nobody out.
Jeff Keppinger about to step in now. The curveball stays in. 1 ball, no strikes. Kind of under that curveball and pushed it up there to Keppinger and missed with it. It's a strike on a fastball, 1-1. Rays had a couple men on in the first, left him on. They left Keppinger at second base in the second inning. Out 1, 2, 3 in the third. Now a threat here in the 4th. And a line McAllister. Ball deflecting into foul territory. Nobody to cover first. Upton scores, and the Rays are on the board. The ball deflected off McAllister and rolled into foul territory. Kotchman had to come down to pick it up, and McAllister still stunned after being hit by that shot. The Rays get a run, and they'll check McAllister out.
McAllister got absolutely smoked, and it looks like it's in the pitching arm outside of that forearm. That's exactly where he's pointing out. That ball was powdered.
McAllister's sake, you hope that it got him on the fleshy part of that arm and not directly on the elbow.
Oh yeah, if it gets him on the elbow, he's still laying there. That thing just would have disintegrated. My goodness. Defenseless is what you are. You can see he had not an opportunity to make a play. You just wear it.
So they'll give him a few tosses here and make a decision on this.
But you wonder too, if it hit him in the outside where he was pointing, it'll be interesting to see how that affects the breaking ball and that little cut slider that he throws. You've got to use that muscle to finish at the very end. That thing starts to tighten up on him. You get some of those pitches start to roll.
Well, the Rays get on the board. A base hit for Keppinger. And a run batted in. You can see that liner right off his pitching arm. So now Desmond Jennings. Jennings takes a fastball. That's a strike. Scott at second. Keppinger at first. And that's strike two. Inside. One ball and two strikes. A couple of breaking pitches here. That one stayed in, and even the strike did not have a big break on it. Fastball foul back.
Well, the one thing that you do know is the soreness, the pain, whatever it may be in that right arm is not gone right now. So you're just able to work your way through it. If it stays loose, you can continue to try to make pitches, but
this one is down, covered up by Santana. Breaking ball, and the count goes to 2-2. .24-year-old right-hander Zach McAllister. It's his third stint with Cleveland this year. The 2-2 hit on the ground is second. Kipnis to Cabrera, one. First base, they get the double play. Over to third goes Scott. For a moment, I thought the ball might not be hit hard enough to double up Jennings. But he's out 4-6-3.
Well, it was right at Kipnis. And then he had a very short flip to Cabrera. Right here. Doesn't have to travel a long way. Quick feed, and then boom. Quick return throw, and they get him by half a step. And he's going. He's motoring. Nothing he could have done. Just a better turn by the Indians, who were pretty good at turning the double play there. Even with Kipnis, a converted center fielder over there at second.
And Jennings busting it out of the box, going down the line. Scott's at third, and here's Molina. Ground ball. That's going to be picked up by Cabrera, and the throw to first. Scoop by Kotchman. Molina's out. And the Rays get one and leave one as Molina is out. Cabrera to Kotchman. 3-1 ball game. Now for the Just for Men Auto Stop Foolproof Stat of the Night. We'll take a look at some of the great changeup artists in baseball. Just as their respective teams count on that changeup, you can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results.
Boy, 40.5% for Alex Cobb.
Yeah, and J.P. Howell really stepped in to do a great job to get the Rays out of a big spot. I mean, it's a 2-run ball game right now, and easily could be a lopsided score. But the Indians left the bases loaded in the fourth, and now J.P. faces Jason Kipnis. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. All you have to do is look at Cobb's pitch total and the strikeout to non-strike breakout. And he was 50-50.
Yeah, that's going to lead to some inconsistent results at best.
2. Kipnis double in a run in the third. Brantley will be next, and then Lopez. Two. Three 5-0 for Cleveland, 1-3-0 for the Rays. Into left center field. That's going to get in to the gap and all the way to the wall. Kipnis has another double, his second of the night.
That was a nice job right there by Jason Kipnis on that curveball. He stayed back on it, let that pitch travel, stayed up and out over the plate. Look at him just wait on it, and then shoots that ball in the gap in left center field.
Well, Kipnis with 2 doubles tonight. I'm surprised really that he had only 8 doubles all year coming into this game. He's had a great year.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, too, because he's shown power, so you know you can go gap to gap. And then on top of that, very adept at stolen bases, so he's got speed. I think he'd have a whole lot more than that.
1-0 the count to Brantley. Indians have 6 hits tonight, 5 doubles. One ball, no strikes. Tap foul off his foot. Indians have had men on base in every inning. Runners in scoring position in 4 of the 5 innings now. 2-1, so the Rays have been walking a tightrope here to keep this a 2-run game. Strike. 2-2. Pretty close right there, and Brantley takes it for ball 3. Brantley already has walked twice in this game, and here's another look at this take off the plate.
Not that far off.
So a 3-2 count. Brantley starts to go and takes it for ball 4. Now runners at first and second. More base runners for Cleveland. They've been all over the bases. And here's Jose Lopez. Talk on the hill between Molina and Howell. Seven of the 9 spots in the Indians lineup reaching base tonight. Only 2 hitters into the top of the 5th. That's how many base runners they've had.
It's been a sweet baseball game.
A couple of very big stops. Keep it close.
Yeah, I mean, really, the way that this game has gone, 3-1, you're cheering. Now you got some work to do here.
Lopez takes the pitch, and that's a strike. Fastball away from him. Lopez hit the ball very hard in the 3rd. Lined it, and Keppinger made a nice grab and turned it into a double play. Keppinger at 3rd right now. Even with the bag. Dipness at 2nd. Brantley at 1st. Down and in. It's 1-1. One and one. You look at this lineup. Cabrera and Lopez have had 5 plate appearances. They haven't reached. Everybody else on the team, a combined 12 of 17 have been on base. Foul ball back. 1-2. of the 12 men on, 3 runs have scored. While they talk it over, we'll get the answer to our trivia question brought to you by AT&T. Named the first baseman holding the major league record for most consecutive putouts without an error. Relevant because that's Casey Kotchman. 2,379 putouts.
That's a lot of putouts without flubbing one.
Ground ball to second. Ryan steps on the bag and goes to first. They get the double play. Second time Lopez has hit into a double play. This time a ground ball. 4-3 double play with Kipnis going to third.
Well, you continue to make plays when you have to stay in this ball game. Got to make another one here, make a couple of nice pitches, but that was a good one there, getting Lopez to reach for that. And then a nice job by Rhymes. Forget flipping it. Do it yourself. Cut out the middleman. There you go.
Two gone on the double play. Here's Hafner. Hafner has walked twice. Pitch is up. Cobb worked 3 1/3, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 5 hits. Struck out 3, walked 5. J.P. Howell on in relief. Kipnis at third, bluffing a start. J.P. stepping off. Pitch is fouled back by Travis Hafner. 1-1. Angels have a 5-4 lead. Detroit batting in the bottom of the 6th in Detroit. Yankees hit the bottom of the 7th, tied for the Blue Jays 2-2. Minnesota with an early big lead at home against Baltimore. That's 8-1 in the bottom of the 2nd at Minnesota. Foul ball back. Twins scored 7 in the first. They sent 11 men to the plate in a 7-run first. Seattle got off to a 7-0 lead in Kansas City. Games in the top of the 3rd. Casper Wells has driven in 5 runs with a 3-run homer and a 2-run triple. The cycle watch will be on for him now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a bit wide. 2-2. Kipnis opened with a double. Went to third on the double play. Following the walk to Brantley, Lopez hit into the 4-3 double play. 2-2 to Hafner, and that's ball 3. We are all the way out here on Hafner. J.P. Howell about to make another big pitch here in this game. A 2-run game. is 3-2. He pops him up. It's Keppinger. Just back to second, making the catch on the shift. Then the third baseman, Keppinger, makes the grab. 3-1 Cleveland. Indians lead the Rays, and let's check in with Todd Callis.
As Joe Madden looks at his card there, Dwayne, he knows that some of his players are getting healthy, and one of the guys he had in the rotation in the beginning of the year got hurt in a game in Toronto is the big man out of Rice, Jeff Neiman, yesterday under the watchful eye of head athletic trainer Ron Porterfield. Neiman throwing once again off flat ground, said he threw every pitch that he has in his arsenal, and he felt good today. That was yesterday's work on the field, and within a week, they hope he's going to be on the mound and then maybe back sometime in August, guys.
All right, one pitch already made to Elliott Johnson, a changeup that missed, and now the fastball in. That's a strike, and the count is 1-1. Elliott made a bid to get one over the head of Johnny Damon in the second. Made the catch on the warning track. The pitch is fouled out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle Farnsworth busy in the Rays bullpen up the right field line. And a cut and a miss. That had some bite to it, down and in. Pitch again from McAllister.
Wow, this was a breaking ball that really took off. You talk about a back foot breaking ball. Look at this thing behind it.
I thought Santana was going to run into the Rays dugout after making the catch on that one.
You're bound to see anything tonight.
It's been amazing. This game only seems lopsided. It's only 3-1. And here's Rhymes. Takes the pitch up and away.
But it seems like it's Wednesday.
It's not. There's a fly ball. Damon in foul territory makes the catch.
Can't believe the score and can't believe it's still Monday.
Rays got out of a big spot in the 4th inning when Howell got the last 2 outs in the top of the 4th to leave the bases loaded. The Indians have had opportunities to break it open, and the Rays keep hanging in there.
I smell Tropicana Field magic.
We'll wait till the bottom of the 9th or do it earlier.
No, of course we're going to wait. I say we because
to strike us. Because
I play
around.
Apparently. the Rays will hold off, and they'll do it late.
Yep.
Why not? I'll tell you what, you continue to hang around, like you said, 3-1, 2-run. I mean, that's a base runner and one poorly located pitch.
Pena bounces it foul. 2 strikes.
We'll experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Hancock Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Hancock Bank Club features an upscale menu and inclusive drink options. For tickets and more information, call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com.
2 strikes the count to Pena. Now the pitch, and he hits it on the ground. Right side. And 1-2-3. Go the Rays. Cabrera throws him out that time out of the shift. 3-1 Cleveland. Double home run in the third. That made it 2-0, and he scored when Kipnis doubled. Made it 3-0. The Rays got on the board in the 4th inning. And this base hit off McAllister's pitching arm. Keppinger got a single, chasing home B.J. Upton. So it's 3-1. A big stop by J.P. Howell in the 4th inning when he got 2 outs with the bases loaded to leave him that way. J.P. worked the 5th, and as we go to the 6th, Kyle Farnsworth will make his 5th appearance this year for the Rays. Their 3rd pitcher of the night. 3 1/3 innings under his belt. Farnsworth worked an inning in the Friday game against the Red Sox and picked up 2 strikeouts. And the first pitch to Carlos Santana, and he's out of there. Short to first. Johnson to Pena. Casey Kotchman. Kotchman walked his last time. 1 ball, no strikes. With a strike at the knees. 1-1. Strike. Farnsworth ahead of Casey Kotchman.
Be interesting to see here how Joe pieces the rest of this ball game together. How now Farnsworth.
Ground ball headed to the left side. Diving stop by Johnson. Throw to first.
Wow.
Got him, and what a play by Elliott Johnson. Johnson from the outfield turf made the throw, and he gets Kotchman with a perfect throw to first.
Elliott Johnson, I mean, that was an unbelievable play going to his right. First of all, just to keep this from going into the outfield. And then you've got to get up and make a long throw with no step, and it was a hose. Boy, accurate, strong arm, right on the money. Beautiful.
2 outs. Johnny Damon takes the pitch down, 1-0. Let's take another look at that throw. I mean, right on the money. After that great stop by Elliott Johnson. 1-1. Was a great shot for back of first.
Yeah, it was.
Right at you.
Well, you could see the spin. I mean, that was like true four seam, stay right down to your target spin. Play.
Damon fouls this one back. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Line drive into right. One hop in front of Zobrist. And Damon has his second hit tonight.
Well, Damon had swung at a cutter earlier. In fact, I think it was the previous pitch. He wasn't real happy with himself, thinking, yeah, you know, I want to get the barrel there. How about the adjustment he makes here? Another cutter, and he just drops. This one actually is working its way down and in. A little bit easier to get the barrel there. He just drops the head.
So Damon with a 2-out single. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Chu. Shin-Soo Chu with a couple of 2-base hits. He's 2 for 3. The pitch is a strike around the knees. Over to first, and it gets by Pena. Damon takes off for second, and the throw is not in time, and he almost came off the bag as Johnson tried to keep the tag on him. Damon safely in at second.
Now, he slid right off the bag, you're right, and then was able to fire down the right hand. Here's the throw by Farnsworth. Pena was not even looking for him.
No, he picked Pena off.
He did. He threw that ball. It was a good throw. Then you see Johnny Damon here as he comes off the bag. He's able to get the right hand down there. But, yeah, Carlos Pena not even looking for that throw.
So that's an error charge to Pena. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Here it is. I think they're having a conversation. That's exactly right. Carlos Pena was taking Johnny Damon out for lunch there.
The 1-1. And now the Rays have battled to stay within 2. And they have Chu up here. The Indians, a tough hitter. There's a foul ball back and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the count is full. David at second with a single. Moved up on the error. It's the First error of the game tonight. And the pitch is ball 4 down. 2 men on now with 2 men out. The Rays have now made as many errors this year as they made all of last year. That's the 73rd error charged to the Rays this year. They made 73 the entire season a year ago.
And they're finding new ways to make them.
And the first run of the game scored on a pass ball. And yet the Rays have hung in there and battled tonight, still down only 3-1. Cabrera takes the pitch for a strike. Asdrubal Cabrera is grounded out to first, twice has struck out. Farnsworth misses too high. Cabrera right now is 1 out of his last 23. Cobb got him on a changeup in the 3rd. J.P. Howe got him on a curveball in the 4th. And that pitch bites down and in out of the zone. 2-1. Fastball, 2-2.
That's a desperate, struggling hitter. You know, he struck out in his first at bat, chasing a pitch below the zone, trying to be aggressive, and then right here, got the count in his favor, and he's going to come out of his shoes on clearly trying to do too much.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is, and we're going to go to 3-2. And Molina's going to trot toward the mound again.
Well, apparently he swung and missed at ball 3. That would have then been ball 4.
So the count all the way out now.
You and I needed to have a middle of the count meeting.
We'll go out in the hall and meet for a couple of seconds, come back. How's that?
I'm not going to miss anything.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here we go. He got him, struck him out. Cabrera strikes out for the 3rd straight time. Great play in the middle of that inning. On the ball hit by Kotchman, Elliott Johnson made a great play on that one, and it's still 3-1 Cleveland. Going here. Ben Zobrist takes the first pitch away 1 ball and no strikes. Zobrist, Upton, and Scott against Zach McAllister. Pitch is lifted into left center. Johnny Damon over there tracking it down, and he makes the catch.
Well, Saturday, August the 4th, Dwayne, the UFC returns to Fox with 4 huge fights, including knockout artist Shogun Rua taking on Brandon Vera, the biggest fight of his career, plus the epic bout between former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and rising star Ryan Bader. UFC Fight Night at Fox, sponsored by Bud Light, is live from L.A. on Saturday the 4th, August, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
BJ Upton takes the pitch up and in. BJ has scored the run for the Rays tonight. It came in the 4th inning when he opened the inning with a single. 2-0. He walked his first time. The Rays have just 3 hits. They've drawn 3 walks. They got their run in the 4th when they got all 3 of their hits, and they were in consecutive order. Pitch is down. It's 3-0. McAllister started this game struggling with his command. Now he throws a strike. He made 26 pitches in the 1st inning. Walked a couple, and the Rays left those men aboard. And the pitch is a strike. So now it's 3-2. And ball 4. So the Rays got a base runner. BJ's on for the 3rd consecutive time. In fact, that's the 11th walk of this game between the 2 pitching staffs. Of the first 10 men who walked, 0 runs have been produced out of those walks.
I have no words for that. We've seen everything tonight. Well, not everything, but we've seen a lot.
We've seen a lot,
and
that's for sure.
You would think, I mean, the first 10 walks, somebody's got to come around to score.
Well, here's the 11th walk of the game. Upton at first with 1 out. Now Luke Scott. Luke down on the count now. Strike 1.
Trying to take it into his own hands to drive everybody in. Going after that first pitch changeup. Well, for as ugly as this game has been, there has been clutch pitching.
Yep.
And that's what has prevented any of those 10 walks from scoring to this point.
Rogers up in the bullpen for Cleveland. And a little tap. If that stays fair, it's going to be tough. It's a foul ball. Santana, just as soon as that ball moved into foul territory, made the pickup.
That was the only play that Santana and the Indians had there was foul ball.
So Luke Scott will come back to the plate. McAllister in the mid-90s in pitch count here. 1 on, 1 out in the 6th. Pitches. He was hit in the pitching arm. A line drive off the bat of Jeff Keppinger in the 4th. It was about 20 pitches ago. And Luke is out on strikes. Pitch biting down and in. McAllister gets a big strikeout.
Here's the breaking ball. It's going to be well short. Luke Scott just out over the top of it.
Now here's Keppinger. Keppinger picked up an RBI when he lined one off McAllister's right arm. This pitch is low. Ball and no strikes. There goes Upton. The pitch bounced foul. We'll go to 1-1. A 1-1 count. Ground ball, third base side. Lopez will take it to Kipnis for the force, and the Rays do not score. On to the 7th. It's 3-1 Cleveland.
Matt Moore is one of baseball's bright young stars, and you can take a piece of him home with you on Sunday, July 22nd, when the first 10,000 kids 14 and under get a Matt Moore bobblehead presented by Dex Imaging. Rays take on the Mariners as part of Family Fun Day presented by the Tampa Bay Times.
Not only more cowbell, but more bobblehead in the form of Matt Moore bobblehead coming up. And Joel Peralta is the new pitcher for the Rays. He is pitcher number 4 for Joe Madden.
And on for the 42nd time. 34 in the third innings. 205 average is very good.
Jason Kipnis leads off. There's the ball. 1-0.
Why not? Why not?
Yep, a little bit of everything.
Yep,
before
juggle.
the evening is over.
Maybe you could juggle them.
Do them both at the same time.
This is like a game on a backfield somewhere. Here we go. On the count of 3. What in the world?
Caught in the crossfire. Pitch is a strike.
I'm going to head to the concession stand to get some dots and a hot dog. You need anything?
Yeah. And I want that good ballpark mustard, too.
The Miller Lite tastes great in this moment.
We've got a lot of choices tonight. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. They don't go anywhere. We're only in the 7th inning. There's a lot to go. Two-one. Ball by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cobb 3 1/3. Howell an inning and 2/3. Farnsworth an inning. And now it's Peralta. So the count goes full, 3-2. Peralta worked 2/3 of an inning Saturday in the Boston series. Came on in the 8th inning of that game in relief of David Price, and David picked up his 12th victory of the year. Now 3-2 to Kipnis. And ball 4. Curveball misses. Kipnis is on for the 3rd straight time.
Well, riddle me this, D-Wayne.
Yes.
Take a look right there.
Look at those
Matt
guys.
Underwood,
Two of our
Rick
favorite
Manning,
guys.
absolutely
Yep.
doing the game over there for the Indians. How come I didn't get the memo? I didn't get the memo.
Oh, you mean this?
Yes on that. I mean, who randomly comes up with that color to wear today? And I'm going with brown. Really?
It was a conspiracy.
It was.
We were in Cleveland right before the break. We talked it over. Coordinated wardrobes. First game of this series.
Hey, they look about
Indians
as
come here.
They look about as thrilled as we are this game.
Ask them if they need anything from the concession stand.
Rick looks like he's going to sit a couple plays out.
Let's strike the count to Brantley. Yeah, there's a lot going on over there. They're a lot tidier than we are. We got a mess in this booth tonight. 1 strike the count. See how tidy they are? You know, keep a tidy booth. It's important.
Oh, this is a disaster.
All right, let's see if Peralta can hit Brantley, who's been red hot. He's walked 3 times tonight. And now a strike. Count is 0-2. Kipnis at first. Pitch is high. 1-2 strike. Well, we've had a dozen walks in this game. One of them is Kipnis over at first. First 11 walks have not produced 1 run.
And it's such a big part of both of these teams' offenses. I mean, they've been going back and forth, neck and neck all season in leading the American League in walks. Not been able to capitalize tonight.
And you cut the miss. He gets the red hot Michael Brantley on strikes. It's the first out.
There it is. This pitch is dropping out below the zone, getting Brantley. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm starting to hear a few vuvuzelas in the crowd.
Are you?
Yeah.
I thought those were illegal.
I'm telling you.
That's all we need.
Right. That's what I mean. They're here.
1 on, 1 out. Pitch is outside. 1-0. You have to have a permit to carry those, I think.
Well, somebody snuck them in.
Swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1 the count on Lopez. 1-2. We either have air horns or herd of cows infiltrated this crowd tonight.
Do you remember when the Trop was haunted last year?
1-2 pitch. It's popped foul. That's going to carry out a play. Count still a ball, 2 strikes. On a night when Cleveland has 7 hits, 8 walks, and 3 runs, Lopez has struck out and hit into 2 double plays. The Rays would like to make it 3 here in the 7th. He really hit the ball hard in the 3rd when he lined to Keppinger, and the Rays turned it into 2. And then he hit a ground ball to Rhymes at 2nd in the 5th. A 4-3 double play. Peralta can throw a double play ball here. Touchdown, blocked by Molina. A 2-ball, 2-strike count. Move to first. Kipnis back in. And you do have to be aware that Kipnis is over there. That's something that even surprised the Indians, his ability to steal bases at such a high percentage as well. He's 20 out of 22 in the steal department.
And did you see his eyes right there?
He's ready to go.
Well,
Back to the bag.
It was before Peralta came set, and he's got his head looking like it's straight ahead. The eyes are way to the left, looking in there, peeking to see if he can't see what pitch the catcher's calling. Yeah, well, look at his eyes. Head, eyes looking in there. See what he can pick up the pitch. It's a split. Maybe he runs.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He is back at first and leaning that time over there at first base.
Yes, he was. But boy, what a nice job with the eyes. So tough to see with the bill of that helmet over the eyes. And you see the head's kind of looking right at you like it should, but the eyes are nowhere near. He's definitely leaning there.
And again, kudos to our crew for picking that up. That's a great shot. Two balls, 2 strikes. He's gone. Pretty good jump, and the pitch is line foul. So Kipnis heads back to first. Yeah, Manny Acta said there were no reports on Kipnis coming up that he could be this kind of base stealer.
Well, yeah, he's brought so many different facets of the game. Converted center fielder. He's playing a solid second base. Hitting for power, stealing bases.
Two again. He's off. Swing and a miss, and the throw. They're going to get him. He is out at second base. They strike him out, throw him out, double play. So Lopez involved in the 3rd double play of the night. Molina down to second. Rhymes puts the tag on him. 7th inning stretch.
continue to lead the Rays 3-1. Well, coming up on tomorrow's Rays Live, the pregame show presented by Gulf Coast Honda, there's going to be an interview with Matt Moore. Orestes is going to break down the AL wildcard race. I'm going to break down something, and if it's not decided at that point, then we're going to lay down some cardboard, bring out the boom box, and we're really going to break it down. And we will decide it on the field, Dwayne.
I hope it gets to that point.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. I have watched some of those 80s films with the breakdancing, and you know what?
Great entertainment value in store.
Only if it's on cardboard with the oversized boombox.
Esmiel Rogers, the new pitcher for Cleveland, giving up 3 home runs, including one to B.J. Upton. Desmond Jennings will lead it off here. And he swings and hits one deep to left. That one is gone. First pitch to Jennings. And the Rays get a run back. It's 3-2. Jennings ready for that first pitch, and he nails it.
Well, the Rays have seen enough of Esmiel Rogers to know that he's going to come in. He's got a good arm, a big arm, but he throws a lot of fastballs, especially on the first pitch, and this one just splits the plate, and Desmond destroys it.
So just like that, it's a 1-run ball game. Home run number 6 for Desmond Jennings. Now the pitch to Molina is inside. 1-0. So the Rays get a run closer. Now trailed by only 1. The ground ball to short. Cabrera makes the toss to first. And Molina is out for the 3rd time tonight. First out here in the 7th. Changes defensively. Aaron Cunningham is in the game in left. Jack Hanahan's at 3rd. Pitch is high to Elliott Johnson. There's Hanahan down at 3rd.
Bucket for a promotion.
Two balls, no strikes. Elliott hit a fly ball to the warning track and left his first time. Struck out his last time. Two and one now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch. And some depth down and in. Cleveland got Rogers from Colorado in the middle of June. Had an earned run average of 806 with the Rockies. Pitch is in the dirt. And a check by Elliott Johnson to run the count to 3-2. Short. Cabrera picks it up and the throw to first in time. So Johnson is the second out.
Boy, when you're not able to see the defensive setup, you see that ball come off the bat of Elliott Johnson, you think it's destined for center field. There's Drupal Cabrera. You can see where he's set up. Okay, off the bat, you're like, look at that. Oh, yeah, into center field, a base hit. No, routine. Too many charts.
Well, let's see what Will Rhymes can do. Takes the pitch low. Rays got a run in the 4th. They have a run in the 7th. It's a 3-2 ball game. Rhymes ahead in the count. Jake McGee up in the Rays bullpen. And there's ball 3 down. 3-0.
Just about the same location with all 3 of them. Trying to just throw a fastball for a strike and yanking it consistently down and in.
This is the first of a 4-game series between the Rays and the Indians. We'll be with you tomorrow night. It'll be Matt Moore against Josh Tomlin. Our coverage begins at 6:30. And Rhymes draws the walk on 4 pitches. So a 2-out walk. Manny Acta comes out with Carlos Pena due up. He has the left-hander Tony Sipp in the bullpen, and he's going to go down there now. Back in a moment. Rhymes drawing the walk off Rogers. And now the left-hander Tony Sipp enters the game. Pitcher number 3 for Cleveland. Carlos Pena due, and he's going to be lifted. Sean Rodriguez will come on to hit against Tony Sipp.
Sipp comes on for the 35th time, fully expecting to face Carlos Pena. I don't think Manny Acta had that in mind. Obviously bringing Tony Sipp in, and Joe Madden goes to the bench.
So it's Sean Rodriguez against the left-hander Sipp. Sean 0 for 2 lifetime against him with a couple strikeouts. Pitch is a strike ball, a fastball around the knees. Sipp's fastball that time around 90. He's held left-handed hitters to just a 170 average. Right-handed batters 286. Rodriguez takes it low, 1-0. 1. So that's a significant swing, lefty to righty. One ball, one strike. And he checked. 2 balls and a strike. Boston beat the White Sox at Fenway 5-1 with a 4-run 8th. Here it's 3-2 Cleveland, bottom of the 7th. Now the 2-1. Down and in, and it gets away from Santana. Down to second goes Rhymes. Now the Rays have the potential tying run in scoring position.
Well, that was a breaking ball that got away from Carlos Santana. Here it is. Sip yanks this ball.
Ball off the thumb of the mitt. And a pass ball charged to Santana. The 6th pass ball of the year charged to Santana. Three-1 the count. And ball 4, Sip walks Sean Rodriguez. 2 men on now. And the hitter will be Ben Zobrist. Manny acted checking with the bullpen. Ben tonight 0 for 3. All of that against McAllister. Vinny Pistano down there in the bullpen. He's usually their 8th inning guy. So Zobrist hitting from the right side. Steps in against Sip. Home run by Jennings started the inning. A couple of ground ball outs, and now after that turn to second, Pistano had another toss or 2 in the bullpen, enough for Manny Acta to pop out of the dugout and head to the mound to make a pitching change. So Sip gives up a walk. Back with a new pitcher in a moment.
Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Manny Acta goes to the right-hander Pistano to turn Ben Zobrist around. Did want him to hit right-handed against Sip. Ben, for the year, hitting .273 right-handed, .248 lefty, and that's been pretty much in line with his career totals. He's hit for a better average from the right side. And he'll face the right-hander and hit left-handed against Pistano.
Well, Pistano comes on for the 40th time, a very valuable member of Manny Acta's bullpen. You can see those numbers good all the way down.
And the first pitch, cut and a miss. Pistano comes in there with some action on his pitches.
He absolutely does. He's aggressive. He likes that fastball. Ben Zobrist, knowing that, ready to swing right away, but he went after a pretty tough pitch there.
Been 0 for 2 against him lifetime with a couple of strikeouts. Tying run, potential tying run at second. Will Rhymes. And a swing and a miss. Well, those are two tough pitches.
I mean, down and away, perfectly located. Pistano, everything he does, high energy. I mean, even coming in from the bullpen, it's a straight sprint from wherever that bullpen is. Breathing heavy.
The 0-2 and takes it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rays got the home run from Jennings. A couple of 2-out walks, putting Rhymes at second and Sean Rodriguez at first. A ball, 2 strikes the count to Ben Zobrist. Zobrist missed another fastball, and Pistano gets a big strikeout for Cleveland. The Rays, however, get a run on the home run by Desmond Jennings. And at the end of 7, it's 3-2 Cleveland.
So now trailing just 3-2. Coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers, Todd Anaressis will be out in center field anchoring the coverage. You will listen to what Joe Madden has to say about tonight's ball game. Clubhouse interviews will be gathered by Laura McKeeman. Dwayne and I will have a thought or two. It's going to be a full show.
Yeah, no more than 2.
No more than 2.
We're going to limit it.
No.
Jeff Keppinger moves across the diamond to play first base for the Rays as we go to the 8th. Sean Rodriguez stays on to play third after pinch hitting and drawing the walk. And the new pitcher is lefty Jake McGee, the 5th pitcher of the night for the Rays. Alex Cobb started, worked 3 1/3, Howell an inning and 2/3, Farnsworth 1, Peralta 1, and now Jake McGee.
Jake McGee with very good numbers, 34 strikeouts in 30 innings, just 8 walks. One of those 2 home runs surrendered to this man at the plate right now, Travis Hafner.
Hafner 0 for 1 with a couple of bases on balls. And he goes after this one and lofts a high popper foul. That will carry out a play. Strike 1. Santana to follow, then Kotchman. That's a strike. 2. Jake pitched a 1/3 of an inning in yesterday's game against Boston. Surrendered a run on a couple of hits. Picked up a strikeout. Hafner looking.
Almost a carbon copy of the last fastball right there in the outside corner, actually right on top of it. Travis Hafner not happy. Good pitch by Jake McGee.
One away. Yankees have beaten Toronto 6-3. David Robertson will get the win in that game. Pitch, Santana batting right-handed takes a look at a fastball a little bit wide. Raul Ibanez hit a grand slam in that game for New York in that 6-3 win. A 1-1 count. Pitching, allowing 8 walks tonight. That equals the season's high. They walked 8 against Miami on June the 8th. 8 walks tonight against Cleveland. 2-2. You got him. Fastball, a wave and a miss, and Santana's out on strikeout. 2 strikeouts from McGee here to open the 8th.
Well, powers this fastball right to the outside corner. Carlos Santana just not able to catch up to it. 2 up. Strikeouts.
Now Casey Kotchman. Kotchman victimized in the 6th on a very good play by Elliott Johnson at shortstop. A little chopper. Charged by Rhymes at second, is thrown to first, and that takes care of Cleveland. A 1-2-3-8 for Jake McGee. 3-2 Cleveland. Rays coming in to hit.
the 8th. They hope to get back a couple of their outfielders soon, both in rehab assignments. Sam Fold moving up to AAA Durham, playing his first game for the Durham Bulls. In his rehab assignment, goes 1 for 3 with a walk. And Matt Joyce, 1 for 5 with an RBI. Joe says Joyce could be evaluated as early as tomorrow and be part of this series against the Cleveland Indians. So that's your update on those two guys. Quickly, the Ottaway text poll question: what should the Rays do, as the trade deadline is 2 weeks from tomorrow? TB1 buyers, TB2 sellers, TB3 stay right where you are. Text your vote to 789-789, guys.
All right, thank you. On to the bottom of the 8th, and B.J. Upton leads it off. B.J. with a couple of walks sandwiched around a base hit. Pistano starts him with the slider, and that's a strike.
Sharp breaker there. That ball out of the hand looked like it was headed right for BJ. Late.
And strike 2 again. That slider. And BJ checking with Mark Wegner on the location of that pitch. Just a little piece of that one. Fastball away. A 2-strike count. Way wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Way wide. Slider taking off, and the count is 2-2. A 2-2 count. Upton swings, and he misses on the fastball. So Pistano, who struck out Zomers in the 7th, opens the bottom of the 8th, striking out Upton.
When you get a really good view right there, that ball out of Pistano's hand looks like it just gradually rises. Obviously, it doesn't do that. That's what the appearance is, and that ball was able to jump up above the bat of B.J. Upton.
But here's Luke Scott. Takes the pitch away. Luke 1 for 3. He has one at bat against Pistano and has a hit. Shift on again for Scott. And he lines it into left center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Cut off by Cunningham, and that will hold Scott to a single. So the defensive move in the 7th pays off here in the 8th, as Cunningham goes over to cut the ball off.
Good job on both counts here. First of all, Luke Scott with the shift on. Pistano's stuff is so nasty away. Just go that way. Absolutely a great piece of hitting there. But then Cunningham, a great job of getting to this ball and cutting it off. This has double potentially. Good hustle and then get rid of it. And keep Luke Scott at first base. Keep the double play in order. Nice job by both players.
So here's Keppinger. And the fastball is a strike. Keppinger singled in a run in the 4th. He walked his first time up, officially 1 for 2 tonight. There goes Scott. Swing and a miss, and the throw is off the mitt. Kipnis backed up by Cabrera, and Luke Scott pulls off a steal of second.
Boy, you're talking about getting aggressive, looking to get that runner into scoring position. Joe Madden. Here goes Luke Scott. Santana throws this, and Kipnis is trying to get that tag down there before he secured the baseball. That throw a little bit high, but you could see they still had plenty of time to get him, but see the ball bounded behind him.
So Luke now 4 of 4 in the steal department.
And when you make the tag like that, the ball's got to be in that glove.
2 strikes the count to Keppinger. Pitches away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Keppinger stays alive, fouling the fastball back into the screen. Well, the Indians, they get a lead late. They are tough, particularly with Pistano and Perez. The Rays beat Perez up in Cleveland. Only the second time that had happened. They're 38-2 if they have the lead. In fact, if they have the lead after 7, they're 38-2. 1-2 the count. It's blocked by Santana.
What a job. What a job by Carlos Santana, anticipating the potential for that breaking ball to be in the dirt. Look how far out he goes to get this. That's a nice job.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And a wild little looper up the right side. That's a foul ball. Dale Scott on the call, and boy, was that close. Just that close to tying this game. A soft little looping liner that was just foul. And the count will remain 2-2.
Now Keppinger just trying to put the ball in play. Look at that swing. Just put the ball in play. And here you go. Oh, man. I mean, inch or 2.
Didn't touch any part of that line. Dale Scott right there on the call. The 2-2 pitch again. And a little popper headed to shallow center, kept us out. Brantley in, and Brantley's going to make the catch. And again, Keppinger just putting that one into play. 2 gone.
Well, Jeff Keppinger in that at bat, especially when he got 2 strikes on him, was looking for a pitch away from him, just to try to flip into right field. He almost got the fastball, but then the breaking ball there, actually Pistano started that ball in and broke it to the middle of the plate. He's looking for something middle away. See if that ball comes out of his hand. And right there. Down and a little pop-up. It was a good pitch by Pistano.
Well, here is Desmond Jennings, who hit the home run in the 7th inning off Rogers to make it 3-2. He's up here with Luke Scott at second and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch is a strike. It's getting short and on the bat. Here's the home run. Desmond's 6th home run of the year, jumping on the fastball. And that's a strike at the knees.
Well, that is such a tough pitch from Pistano because it comes out of the hand. As a hitter, it looks like it's heading for you. And he's able to sweep it that far. There's a little bit of a hesitation. He got Keppinger on it, got him to start to bail, and hit a ball off the end of the bat for a soft fly ball to center.
Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, most of the time you keep hitters honest. You can throw a fastball in to keep them from diving. Pistano can almost do that with the breaking ball. Keep hitters kind of standing upright, then he's able to squirt that fastball to the outside corner.
1-2 on the ground ball to the left side. This is Cabrera's throw, not in time. Big turn by Scott at third, and he'll hang on there. An infield hit for Desmond Jennings. He beat the play to first, and now it's first and third.
Well, you know, we talked a couple days ago about Desmond Jennings on a nightly basis showing you his athleticism. Right there, a great example. This little ground ball here, he gets it right there to Cabrera, out of the reach of Hanahan, and then there's no way you're going to throw him out. Luke Scott anticipating, goes, going to turn, look for the throw. Be ready, you never know.
That'll be first and third. Molina's due. Brooks Conrad will come off the bench to hit for him. Manny Acta heads to the mound. So the Rays have put men at first and third with 2 outs.
Scott Radinsky's got a bad hammy. Manny Acta's second visit to the mound without making a move. Went out to visit Zach McAllister early in the ball game, and now goes out to visit with Vinny Pistano here in the 8th.
Conrad off the Rays bench. Brooks Conrad will be getting his first look at Pistano. The pitch is a strike call. Pistano started it with his slider. All right, 2 for 4 as a pinch hitter this year. Takes a look at this one down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th. Rays down by 1, 2 on, 2 out. Conrad started to go, tried to check and could not. C.B. Buckner on the call.
Let's take a look. Yeah, too far. Good call by Buckner.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Down and in, blocked by Santana. 2-2. Santana remains active behind the plate, getting in front of that slider in the dirt.
Oh, he's been impressive back there. And that's what you got to do. Whether or not there's a runner on third, you call that for the breaking ball in these types of situations. You got to anticipate you may have to block it. He's done that very well.
And the startup had faked the third, and all of a sudden Jennings said, I'm going to put on the brakes.
Yeah. That play usually does not do much of anything, but Pistano, a nice sell job here. Nice recognition by Desmond Jennings.
2-2 the count. And ball 3 away for the fastball. So the count is full on Brooks Conrad. Three-two and strike 3 call. He threw him a 3-2 slider that caught the corner, and Conrad is caught looking. The Rays leave 2. They pick up 2 hits. Leave those runners aboard. Didn't catch the corner, did it? 3-2 Cleveland. Jose Lobaton will enter the game behind the plate for the Rays after Molina was lifted for the pinch hitter. We head into the ninth, 3-2. Rays down by a run, and Fernando Rodney comes on as pitcher number 6 for the Rays.
Not much to say about those numbers. Outstanding top to bottom.
Jack Hanahan hitting out of the nice spot, leads it off. The first pitch, fastball a little close. 1 ball, no strikes. Damon started this game in the 9th spot. The strike, could not check on the change. Damon had a couple hits, double and a run scored. He also had a base hit, 2 for 3. So Hanahan, who entered defensively in the 7th and 3rd, along with Cunningham, who took over in left in the 7th. 2 balls and a strike. So Hanahan went into the 9th spot. Cunningham into the 5th position in the order. Ground ball, that's going to go through. A base hit for Hanahan. Comes off a fastball. So a single for Hanahan.
Let's take a look at tomorrow's starting pitching matchup presented by Chevron. Man right there, left-hander Matt Moore is going to be going up against Josh Tomlin. Looking for their 6th win.
So here's the top of the order. Shin-Soo Choo. Outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Doubled and scored in the 1st. He doubled and scored in the 3rd. Walked in the 6th. Rays got him out on a little pop to the shortstop in the 4th. Count is 2-0. Great 2-ball game. Ball headed to short. Johnson to Rhymes to Keppinger. 6-4-3 on the double play.
Nicely done there by the Rays. Fernando Rodney starts with him, makes a nice pitch, gets the ground ball, and then the middle infielders, Elliott to Rhymes, turn and fire. Jeff Keppinger finishes it off.
This is Drupal Cabrera. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts tonight. And there's a first pitch strike, fastball at 96. Cut and a miss. He was ready for the fastball that time. Got the changeup.
Been an easy go for his Drupal Cabrera, and here the change of pace. Protect against 97 at 83.
Foul out of play. Cabrera right now 1 of his last 24. Just missed. There's a changeup, and it's 1-2. Take a look at this pitch. Well, that's a strike. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Cabrera strikes out for the 4th time. Fastball at 98, got him. Bottom of the 9th coming. Rays need a run to keep it going. run. It's a 3-2 ball game, and they're going to be facing Chris Perez, the Cleveland closer. Rays mounted that big comeback against him in Cleveland. Solo one-out home run of the ninth by Will Rhymes started it. Carlos Pena tripled home Elliott Johnson. And then he scored on the base hit by Ben Zobrist. That gave the Rays a 3-run inning and a 7-6 lead, and Fernando Rodney closed it out. They'll be facing Perez here tonight with Elliott Johnson due to lead off, then Rhymes, and then Sean Rodriguez.
Now Chris Perez with 2 blown saves this year, opening day and the last game before the All-Star break.
So he comes in 0-2 and 25 of 27 in the save department. Elliott Johnson takes the pitch, and that's a strike, a fastball. Perez allowing 2 home runs all year. One of those to Will Rhymes, who's on deck. Well, that had great bite to it, that pitch. And Johnson could not check 0-2.
It had to get by Santana. What we've seen from him tonight,
yeah.
Blocking pitches in the dirt, that was filthy.
Foul ball. He just got a piece of that one.
And did you see Santana, how far he slid to his right trying to get to that ball, knowing he's going to swing and miss? I've got to keep it in front of me to throw him out at first.
Let's make some contact now. Don't give up now. We can end this one.
And a cut to miss. Johnson is out on strikes. Big time slider there with a lot of action down and in.
Yeah, Santana, I think, has run out of gas. He had to go for the backhand here. Well, it's a nasty pitch.
Dug it out for the strikeout. And now Will Rhymes. Will 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Xavier Avery of Baltimore homered off Perez and Rhymes. And for each, the only home run of the year they have.
Rhymes was a bomb. That ball off the bat was a no-doubter, way up.
1-0 the count. And there's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matsui, Hideki Matsui, in the on-deck circle. Takes it low. This is a game that has featured 14 walks between the 2 pitching staffs and no runs coming out of those 14 walks. Foul ball back. Fastball.
Yep, that was the one. Chris Perez came in there with that fastball, and Will Rhymes uncorked a big swing. There you go, trying to get this ball away. Look at that, comes back middle. Oh, Will's trying to leave.
2-2, and a chopper to the right side. Kipnis with the throw to first. Rhymes is out of there.
That little roller right there by Will Rhymes just about got under the glove of Jason Kipnis. He started to pull up on that a tad early. See him start to come up. Makes the play.
And now Matsui will pinch hit for Sean Rodriguez, who walked as a pinch hitter in the 7th. So here's Matsui against the Cleveland closer. He is 5 of 9. Strike 1 on that fastball.
Wow, that was just straight challenge. Matsui lights the ball up. This pitch was up. Just got by. Boy, that swing.
5 out of 9 with 2 walks against Perez. And that's going to be a strike, a fastball to 95. Perez, the 5th pitcher for Cleveland. Rays down to their last out, back their last strike here. And Matsui takes it high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2, and he got him. Came back with a slider and catches Matsui looking to win this ball game. 3 up, 3 down. Rays go down in order in the 9th inning, and Cleveland takes game 1 of this series. 3-2 the final. Here's the final pitch of this game.
Boy, nasty backdoor breaker. Nothing they're going to be able to do with that pitch. Maybe foul it off, and that'll end it.
So McAllister will get the win. Cobb takes the loss. Perez picks up the save. Took 3 hours and 36 minutes to play this game. Cleveland goes to 46 and 43. The Rays drop to 46 and 44. Tonight, Rays baseball has been brought to you by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired performance. By Subway Restaurants, play hard, eat fresh. And by the 2012 GMC Sierra. It's our best Sierra ever. So game 1 belongs to the Cleveland Indians in this 4-game series. We'll be with you tomorrow. Game 2, our coverage begins at 6:30 on Sun Sports. Matt Moore on the hill for the Rays. Josh Tomlin for Cleveland. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. If not the outcome, Rays Live, the postgame comes your way next, and we will see you there.